Welcome back to the episode of Beer, Bacon, and Bros. Tonight we got Chris, we got Alex, and we got Adam. No Keith, he's feeling a little under the weather right now. So we're going to jump into a video that I know he would have loved to be a part of. The best siblings in the history of sports. So we're going to each come up with our own individual 3 best siblings in the history of sports. If you've never really looked into it, there's a great article with like the 30 best siblings in the history of sports, and you would be amazed at how many siblings that you just like didn't naturally think of out there, and there's some really good ones on there. So before we jump into this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. As always, we appreciate your support and growing the channel, growing our family. We're on the push for 300, and we love it. Make sure you like that video so that it does become more popular and gets in front of more people for us. And as always, hit us in the comments. We will get back with you. So, anybody want to bat lead off on this?
I'll go ahead and bat lead off.
All right.
And I'll go ahead and put it. It's not the best ever, but they're 3 of my favorite siblings in sports.
Okay.
So to lead things off, Nick and Nate Diaz.
Oh, fighters! Yeah, UFC. I forgot about them.
I mean, really, both really good records in the MMA. But both the style and the charisma and
the toughness.
Yeah,
they are some tough son of bitches.
Just their aura about them in the world of MMA is, I think, unmatched.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, that's close to some of the only siblings I can think of that they know how to deal out a beating, but can also take a beating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next, I'm going to go with Travis and Jason Kelce.
Fair, okay. Very fair. 2 really good players.
Yeah, probably one of the greatest centers to ever play the game.
Jason's up there,
yeah. And Travis is on his way of being a top 5 tight end probably of all time.
He's probably already a top 5 tight end of all time. I'd say he's got a real, depending on how the next 5 years of his career go, he's got a real shot at being the greatest ever.
Gonzalez, man.
Tony is without a doubt.
Hard to knock that dude off.
Tony is without a doubt my number 1 tight end right now. But if Jason can just continue, or Travis can continue to be the elite tight end that he is right now, I mean he's finishing top 10 in receiver categories.
Yeah. So I think now there is a group of siblings that I might put in the category of best ever siblings.
Yeah.
And then Trace and Klay Thompson.
Okay. Yeah.
Klay Thompson, very good in the NBA.
Yeah.
And Trace is an up and coming for the Dodgers. He
hit 3 home runs
the other day.
Yeah, the other day. So
that's what's like, up and coming. I mean, maybe not. He's been in the league a couple years, but hasn't been bad, hasn't been great, but as a duo, they got 5 championships among them?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not terrible for a set of siblings.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be nice to have.
Trace is going to end up showing up late to the show, I would say, but he can have a really good 5-year career here.
So, I mean, yeah, the 2 of them, between Nate and Nick and then Trace and Klay, they might not be the greatest ever on this list. Yeah. I would put Travis and Jason up there on the top 30 list.
For sure.
But those other 2 are probably 2 of my favorite siblings in their respective sports.
I think I'm going to have 2 of what everybody's going to be thinking. The first is going to be the Manning brothers. I do think that Peyton and Eli probably have, and it just as a family too, with Archie their dad, now Archie the nephew. I think Peyton and Eli, you're talking about 647 passing touchdowns between the 2 of them, 4 NFL MVPs, 3 Super Bowls, 4 Super Bowls, and both of them were actually the number 1 overall picks in the NFL draft. So those 2 probably regarded as the best siblings ever in the history of sports between the 2. Now, my number 2, I think, can really rival them with Venus and Serena Williams. I mean, both Williams were dominant in tennis. I mean, Serena, obviously, the best ever as a female, probably, or at least should be regarded, in my opinion.
As of right now, I would put her down as the greatest women's player of all time.
But both of those, and even though Serena may be the best, Venus is still a really, really, really good tennis player.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I do think that those two right there will probably be argued as the 2 best ever, but I'm going to go a little off the wall on my 3rd one because I was kind of looking down this list, rethinking of it, and this really kind of stuck home with me because these 2 guys have both been very, very good in their respective sport in NASCAR. Kurt and Kyle Busch.
I was thinking about them a little bit.
They have won 48 Cup Series wins. They've won 3 Rookie of the Years, and they, yeah, they've won 3 Rookie of the Years between the Cup, Busch Track, and Truck. So when you're a rookie in each, you have an
Okay, I was about to say, how does 2 of them have 3 rookie? Math don't math and like.
it doesn't math on that one. They do have a Cup Series championship and a Nationwide Series championship between the 2 of them. So they're both still young enough to really have some good careers in NASCAR and drive well. So I think Kurt and Kyle Busch, both very equal, kind of like that Nate and Nick Diaz comparison, both very equal in their respective.
To be honest with you, NASCAR was not even a sport that crossed my mind.
Yeah, it wasn't really with either of mine, but
Okay, yeah, I'll go third.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah. I'm going to lead it off with of course, it's hockey. But it's going to be Maurice the Rocket Richard, and his brother Henry. Now, we know Maurice played for the Montreal Canadiens. They won that historic run, and finally in '56 won that 5-year run of Stanley Cups. Maurice was the first ever to score 500 goals. Hockey Hall of Fame inductee. This is when it starts to get wild, though. His brother Henry, their overlapping career only overlapped 5 years. So Maurice stopped in '60, Henry arrived in '55. So they had that 5-year run. Henry went on and played the most games in franchise history at 1,256. Henry himself, beside the 5 that Maurice won, went on to win 6 more Stanley Cups with Montreal.
Jesus.
Yeah. Henry got, all the ones that he won. So these 2 brothers were absolutely insane.
I thought you were going to
look
go
at Maurice. So
11 total Stanley Cups between the 2 of them.
No, Maurice. 11 were Henry.
Oh,
so six alone were Henry. 5 overlap with Maurice. So yeah. So 11 combined.
Okay.
But technically, you could say like 16 individual rings.
Yeah, 16 individual rings. Yeah. That's still absurd.
Yeah.
I was about to say, how many did Maurice win before Henry got?
I think Maurice only got the 5. That 5-year streak was the end of his career. Because the big thing they say is he finally delivered on the promise of bringing it to Montreal, but then he went on that 5-year streak.
Yeah.
So of course, obviously, those 2 guys. See if there's any other crazy stats about them. No. Okay. The next ones. I'm going to go Joe Vince and Dom DiMaggio. Joe Vince and Dom DiMaggio. Joe, this, of course, 56-game hit streak, Hall of Fame inductee, 9-time World Series champion. Vince, 2-time All-Star. Dom, 2-time All-Star, and a Boston Red Sox Hall of Famer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Throwing it way back.
Yeah, way back.
I got a triplet there, too.
Yeah.
Got all 3 DiMaggios there.
DiMaggios.
Yeah, the DiMaggios. And then, going back to hockey, you've got... Really, it's the scoring pairs of brothers. The Richards are on here at 5th. You've got the Sooters, though, 6 brothers that played in the NHL, tallying for the most points combined by.
I hope so.
Yeah, granted. Now, this is where my honorable mention is going to get thrown in here is the Gretzkys, because the Gretzkys are in 2nd.
Okay.
Because Wayne did have a brother named Brent.
Yeah.
So the Sooters combined for 2,936 points.
Yeah.
Gretzkys are 75 points behind. I think I did the math right. 75 points behind. Just 2 of them.
Yeah.
75 behind the 6 brothers. Brent Gretzky only got 4 points in his entire NHL career.
Jeez.
Wayne Gretzky is up there by himself pretty much. That's my honorable mention of the Gretzkys.
Wayne did that day for the Gretzkys.
Wayne did that by himself. Pretty much Wayne got that record in 2nd place because he had a brother playing the NHL.
Remember when I was talking about, hey, we want to try and make them that's carrying. That is carrying.
They're in 2nd place with 286 won. But Wayne himself scored 2,861 points. Wayne himself scored 2,857 of them himself.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Hit us in the comments. Let us know which pair of siblings you think is the greatest pair of all time. And as always, we appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe.